The top stories of the hour: Ethiopia and Somalia have reached an agreement following Turkish-mediated negotiations in Ankara. And the three candidates set to vie for African Union Commission chair in 2025 election. Greetings and welcome to EBC World, the voice of Pan-Africanism. I'm Hikmat Tamam, presenting the news for the hour. To stay with us. The Intergovernmental Authority on Development, IGAD, has welcomed the peace agreement reached between Ethiopia and Somalia in Ankara, Turkey on Wednesday. The deal, facilitated by Turkish mediation, aims to resolve long-standing issues between the two East African nations. In an official statement, IGAD highlighted the accord as a significant step towards strengthening bilateral relations and fostering cooperation between the two countries. IGAD's Executive Secretary Worqneh Gabayehu praised the leadership of both Ethiopia and Somalia for their constructive dialogue and commitment to peaceful resolution. He emphasized that such diplomatic efforts are crucial in addressing common challenges and promoting stability in the Horn of Africa. This agreement reflects both nations' dedication to working together for mutual benefit. Worqneh also expressed gratitude to Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan for his pivotal role in hosting and facilitating the negotiations. He acknowledged President Erdogan's dedication to regional peace and cooperation, which played a key role in achieving this milestone. IGAD reiterated its commitment to supporting its member states in finding sustainable solutions through dialogue and collaboration. Germany has affirmed its commitment to supporting Ethiopia in empowering women and youth, as well as strengthening the country's social protection system. This was revealed after discussions between Ethiopia's Minister of Women and Social Affairs, Ergoge Tesfaye, and Germany's Ambassador for Feminist Foreign Policy, Geza Bräutigam, along with Ambassador Jens Hanfeld. The talks focused on enhancing women's rights, increasing their participation in peace, security, and transitional justice processes, and improving gender equality. Ergoge emphasized the critical role of women in Ethiopia's national consultation and justice efforts, while also urging Germany to support Ethiopia's economic empowerment of women. Bräutigam praised Ethiopia's efforts to involve women in all sectors and confirmed Germany's ongoing support for initiatives aimed at empowering women and youth and fortifying Ethiopia's social protection system.
When powerful seismic forces lifted these islands out of the ocean millions of years ago, they sculpted landscapes of unimaginable beauty. Comprised of 7 main islands, the Canary Islands are a Spanish archipelago in the Atlantic Ocean, just off Morocco in North Africa. So spectacular are the Canary Islands that for centuries it was believed that this archipelago formed the peaks of the legendary lost city of Atlantis. Today, the Canary Islands are a magnet for sun-seekers, beachcombers, and adventurers from all over the world. Head to Corralejo, once a small fishing village, now one of the island's largest resort towns. Just a short walk away is Corralejo Dunes National Park, with dunes that seem to stretch out forever.
Welcome back, and now moving on. Ethiopia and Somalia have reached an agreement following Turkish-mediated negotiations in Ankara, marking a breakthrough to resolve misunderstandings between the two nations. During a joint statement, Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed indicated Ethiopia and Somalia have endured relations for centuries, adding the fates of these countries have been bound by blood. On his part, Somali President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud pledged to strengthen mutual relations and cooperation in all aspects with Ethiopia. Shagawi Matau has the detail.
Hello. Assalamu alaikum. How are you? Fine. Thank you.
Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan hosted talks between Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed and Somali President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud, marking a breakthrough to resolve misunderstandings between the two nations. Following the conclusion of the agreement, Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed and President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud issued a joint statement. On the occasion, Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed indicated that Ethiopia and Somalia have endured relations for centuries, adding the fates of these countries have been bound by blood.
As neighbors, Ethiopia and Somalia have endured relations for centuries. We are not only neighbors, but brothers and sisters whose fates have been bound by blood. Not only do Ethiopians and Somalis share common ancestry, language, and culture, but we are also held together with the blood sacrifice that has been paid by thousands of Ethiopian soldiers in defense of the security of the state of Somalia from terrorist forces. While I am very grateful for the efforts of many to facilitate discussions over the past year, ours was never a case fit for third-party intervention. Rather, it was meant to be a family dialogue.
The Prime Minister also expressed his commitment to regional integration anchored on mutual development.
Over the past 6 years, Ethiopia has asserted its commitment to regional integration, not only in words, but in tangible needs. I strongly believe, as does my government, that the growth and stability of the Horn of Africa regions is premised on mutual development. Peace and growth is a shared dividend.
President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud, for his part, commended the sacrifices Ethiopian forces made in Somalia within the African Union peacekeeping mission.
As we sit here, we have recognized that the sacrifices that Ethiopian forces made in Somalia within the African Union peacekeeping missions many years in the past, that shows how much our people are interlinked, and we will keep continuing on that. Besides that, Ethiopia and Somalia has so many commonalities than differences. Our differences are very limited. Our commonalities are very high. We will try and we will do everything that moves forward and benefits our both people in a peaceful manner.
The president also indicated that Somalia will work together with Ethiopia as the two countries have mutual interests in cooperating together and building a prosperous future for both countries.
Somalia, as has been, will remain a true friend of Ethiopia for the future and the years to come, in order to that relationship to benefit our people. We belong to a region where peace and stability is the first priority for our people's lives. And we have common and mutual opportunities to develop together in our own interests. Somalia will contribute towards that, and we are ready to work with the Ethiopian leadership and the Ethiopian people to benefit the opportunities that we had in all aspects.
President of Turkey Recep Tayyip Erdogan said the agreement will foster a new beginning between Somalia and Ethiopia on the basis of cooperation and peace.
Starting from 8 months ago, the Ankara process is now in an important step. And for that reason, we can overcome some disappointments and resentments, and we can foster a new beginning between Somalia and Ethiopia on the basis of cooperation and peace. And this is the first step. The sovereignty, the unity, and the territorial integrity of both countries in order to realize these values as a principled stance in this valuable corner of Africa. Establishing peace and stability is our main expectation.
Both the Somali President of Hassan Sheikh Mohamud and Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed thanked Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan for fruitful Turkish mediator talks in Ankara.
Ethiopia has time and again expressed its firm stance on its historical and legal right to sea access. The country emphasizes its commitment to a peaceful and diplomatic approach, fostering mutual benefit with neighboring nations. Gosha Meliso has the following report.
Ethiopia, the East African nation with a large and growing population, remains landlocked despite it has historical and legal claims to sea access. In contrast, neighboring countries such as Kenya, Somalia, and Djibouti benefit from extensive coastlines that provide direct access to the Indian Ocean and the Gulf of Aden. It is to be recalled that Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed addressed the lawmakers the issue of securing a sea outlet as a matter of existential importance.
Some years back, the number of Ethiopian population was 50 million, and by 2030, we are projected to have a population of over 150 million. A population of 150 million will not remain geographically imprisoned. We must address this issue and seek solutions. Requesting a sea outlet is not a luxury. It is an existential necessity. Unless we invest or lease access to the sea, we will remain crippled for many years. Many countries are making investments in Djibouti, Berbera, and Mogadishu. So what is the problem when neighboring Ethiopia asks for access to the sea?
Ethiopia has time and again expressed its firm commitment for regional peace and mutual benefit. Ethiopia's quest for a sea outlet is crucial not only for economic reasons, but also to ensure regional peace and security beyond commercial interests.
Ethiopia needs a sea outlet that serves both commercial and strategic military purposes, helping to mitigate national and regional threats. In addition, Ethiopia needs a sea outlet that aligns with its economic growth and population size, addressing both its strategic and developmental needs.
The disputes between Addis Ababa and Mogadishu have been resolved with the mediation of Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan. The two nations have reached a landmark agreement to begin technical discussions focused on securing a sustainable and reliable alternative sea outlet for Ethiopia.
And finally, the race for the chairmanship of the African Union Commission heats up as three prominent candidates have entered the contest to succeed Musa Faki Mohamed, whose tenure concludes in 2025. The contenders include 59-year-old Mohamed Ali Yusuf from Djibouti, former Kenyan Prime Minister Raila Odinga, aged 79, and Madagascar's former Foreign Minister Richard James Randyarmandracho. The candidates are gearing up for a live TV debate and election campaign scheduled for December 13 in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. This event will serve as a key moment for the contenders to present their visions for the future of the African Union, addressing challenges such as regional integration, peacekeeping, and economic development across the continent. The 2025 election is expected to be fiercely contested, with each candidate bringing a wealth of experience in diplomacy and leadership. As the election date approaches, political analysts will be closely watching how the debate shapes the race and influences the outcome. Well, that's the news we have for the hour, but before I go, a recap of the top stories once again. Ethiopia and Somalia have reached an agreement following Turkish-mediated negotiations in Ankara. And the three candidates set to vie for African Union Commission chair in 2025 election. Well, that's it for now. You have been watching ABC World, the voice of Pan-Africanism, the news of the hour. I was Hikmat Tamam. Goodbye for me now.